All right, that was great, everyone. Thanks again for your time. We hope you enjoyed the session so far. So, lastly, we'd like to welcome Mark Harpster, the global lead for startups and new technologies with AWS Marketplace, and Brittany Bentley, principal business development manager for global cloud partnerships at Couchbase. They will lead the next fireside chat, partnering with the cloud providers to accelerate your cloud marketplace strategy. So, Mark, over to you.
Thank you, Jillian. And just let me say thank you for having me here. I'm really happy to attend and have this great chat with Brittany. So by way of introduction on myself, I have been with the AWS Marketplace for about 8 years in what's called the Category Management Organization. Uh, Really, we're the group that helps software vendors get their products listed on the marketplace and build a successful business, primarily working with startups, but over 8 years, you kind of work with everyone. Um, Including I've had a lot of time to work with Tackle. So I'm again really honored to be here. Uh, but Brittany, I'd like you to tell us a little bit more about your role with Couchbase and what brings you here.
Sure, absolutely. So I'm a principal business development manager at Couchbase, and on our global business development team. And so my role there is really to develop our strategic partnerships with the public cloud providers. I look at ways to kind of expand and strengthen our partnership, make sure that we're in all the right partner programs, pursuing the right technical designations. And then I also look at putting together various go-to-market strategies that include the cloud providers, including launching, our marketplace business and co-sell with cloud partners.
That's a lot. And also, I heard that last night you actually won the Marketplace Masters Award. I want to say congratulations on that.
I did.
I
Thank you so
believe
much.
that award salutes an alliance leader who steered significant business impact within the cloud marketplace domain, which tells me everything you just said is you're probably really good at it. So
Thank you.
congratulations again on that. I wanted to ask you, what drove Couchbase to explore an AWS marketplace strategy?
Sure. Yeah. So what drove us to explore our AWS marketplace strategy was really the launch of our new product, Couchbase Capella. So that's basically our fully managed database as a service, and it's all on the cloud. It's all on AWS today, and so we knew AWS was going to be a huge, partnership for us, key to being successful with Capella. So we wanted to explore a marketplace strategy as a new channel for Capella sales. We wanted to use it to kind of accelerate and expand our deals with Capella. And also that's because it provides a lot of benefits to our joint customers as well. It really helps them like streamline their procurement process, kind of reduces that friction to purchase. If a customer has an EDP, enterprise discount program agreement with AWS, they can actually purchase Couchbase through the AWS marketplace and retire that commitment, along with so many other benefits that it has, like a single bill, so it consolidates billing, it consolidates all their like vendor and license management all in one place in the AWS console.
That's a really common sort of experience that I've heard from a lot of the ISVs I've worked with over the years, where sort of the initial draw to exploring the marketplace is that it can help act as an additional sales channel, and in many ways it does. But um, over the, more recently, especially as we've rolled out some features that really uh, make it beneficial to the buyers of software to buy through the marketplace, especially when you have a solution that is really aligned with AWS services. Those customer benefits become really kind of the driving factor in reducing that sales cycle. Did you encounter any internal roadblocks when bringing this new channel into Couchbase?
We did, yeah. There were a couple of fairly large roadblocks that we encountered initially. Starting off, we didn't do anything with our marketplace fees coming out of our Couchbase reps compensation and quota retirement. So we kind of accidentally, unintentionally disincentivized, reps to bring their deals through AWS Marketplace. But we recognized that really quickly and fixed that. And then I'd say the other, initial roadblock that we experienced, bringing in this new channel, it was fairly new to a lot of the Couchbase team, procuring software through the AWS Marketplace. So I would say enablement and educating our teams within Couchbase about, what the AWS Marketplace is, how private offers work, what the benefits are, and how to ultimately transact your deal through private offer.
Maybe just go a little deeper on, I would love especially that the comp neutrality, if you will. That's kind of an important one that we've seen be really important. Can you maybe give a little more
Mhm.
detail on who you worked with and how you overcame that?
Yeah, so our business development org, so we worked with our finance and our commissions team, worked with them on, understanding the benefits of selling through private offer, and they basically made private offers compensation neutral. That way it's basically the same for our reps if they sell direct or if they need to bring it through AWS Marketplace.
That's perfect. The majority of, I think, the vendors that we've worked with in the marketplace who have achieved a high volume of sales in the marketplace have done exactly that. Really make it a comp neutral playing field so that nobody's disincentivized to bring it through the marketplace. And then to really achieve that scale, you've got to train the sales ops team and really the whole sales force on how these deals work. Because if sales team's not comfortable with it, nothing's going to happen, right? So next question. What success have you seen so far with the AWS Marketplace since you got it up and running?
Mhm. Yeah, so we've seen a lot of success. We launched our AWS Marketplace private offer business about 2 years ago now. So we've kind of seen that go from zero to transacting multi-million-dollar deals through AWS Marketplace today. So we do have an accelerating and a growing marketplace business. We also have a really strong co-sell motion together with the AWS reps, especially around AWS private offers. So we'll often connect with the AWS reps on our deals, see how we can provide support to our customers from both Couchbase, AWS, and we've gotten a lot of great support from the AWS team in co-selling our deals, especially when transacting through Marketplace private offer.
So that leads me to a follow-up question. Do you lead with the marketplace at all?
So we've done a lot of enablement with our sales teams on private offers, and now as part of our discovery process, we've added that to where Couchbase reps, they ask which cloud provider is the customer using, and basically then align with that cloud partner, cloud provider within the account. So, when they find out that they're deploying on AWS, that's when they'll recommend the customer goes through AWS private offer and help them kind of understand all the benefits of going that route.
That's really smart. First of all, determine which cloud your customers are running in, and then follow that approach. But also one of the things you touched on earlier is, ask them if they have that EDP or the private pricing agreement. Because that can really act as a catalyst to shorten the cycle, right? If that customer has a spend commitment and they can count, the purchase of your software through the marketplace to meet that AWS spend commitment, we've seen that make deals happen really, really fast. So I really like the strategy you're taking. Do you have any advice that you would give to other ISVs to build a better together story with AWS?
Sure. Yeah. So my advice for other ISVs and building your better together story. First, I'd kind of take stock of all the various AWS services that are out there today and really identify which ones kind of align with your business, align with your product, and then pursue those integrations or those, service ready designations, and then put a go-to-market strategy together with AWS around those. So for instance, Couchbase has a really strong mobile and edge computing part of our business. And we worked with AWS to qualify Couchbase on the various AWS edge services like Outposts, Local Zones, Wavelength, and pursue various service ready designations there, like our Outposts service ready designation. And then we have a really strong go-to-market around that with AWS. So that's part of our Better Together story. And then additionally, I would say definitely having all of your solutions or products listed on the AWS Marketplace makes for a good, better together story with AWS. It helps align you and AWS in your customers' eyes and provides all those additional benefits that we've been talking about. So I would say leverage kind of the latest features of the AWS Marketplace. I know AWS recently came out with professional services listings. So if you see Couchbase, for example, we have pretty much all of our SKUs. You can buy Couchbase Server, Sync Gateway, Capella, of course, and then all of our private or our professional services, training and certifications are available through AWS Marketplace as well.
I really like that, especially the overlap with AWS services. So you mentioned service ready a couple of times, and then specifically you did it with Outposts. I think that's a really good strategy, especially for an ISV who has a solution that maps to one or more AWS services. It really like that is going to speak more to the AWS customer than anything else. But I especially like you're kind of paving the road for other ISVs. And whenever we have a really successful software vendor, somebody who's grown like through the marketplace, what happens? You probably heard AWS talk about the flywheel effect before, right? Which is when you get the right selection in the catalog, you get more buyers to come and buy that solution. And as buyers get more comfortable buying more solutions, they want more solutions, which leads to more solutions being put in the marketplace and more, that's the flywheel we all want to achieve. And what I'm really excited to hear is that you guys have done a really good job of leveraging things like Service Ready and overlap with different AWS services to kind of help build that flywheel. I have uh, I've want one last question for you, and then I think we're getting some questions in the chat that we will definitely get to. But my last question for you is, so what's next for your marketplace strategy?
So what's next for our marketplace strategy? We're really looking to continue to grow our business on marketplace. We want to try to improve the discoverability of our listings, see how we can optimize our listings in any other way that we can. And then we're also pursuing AWS consulting partner private offers. So we have those available now, and we're working on a strategy with our partners in the Couchbase Partner Engage program, as well as regional and SI partners around AWS CPPOs as part of our marketplace strategy.
So continue to sort of drive traffic and market your listings directly, but also kind of exploring and getting into that channel sales motion. We've had some really great features come out over the last year or so, and a lot more on the roadmap for our, channel partner private offer program. There's clearly still a place in the cloud marketplace world for the software resell and system integrators for that channel, and I'm really glad to hear you're stepping into that because they can help push your product even further. So those are my questions. I know. Let's see, what have we got in the chat here? Let's look at Norberto Garcia. How can you build a better together story in a world of co-opetition? So actually, Brittany, would love your thoughts on this. Just being at an ISV that in some ways may be a co-opetition with AWS. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think even with co-opetition, because I know Couchbase, we do have competing solutions and a little bit of overlap with AWS. So I think that's what makes the better together story even more important, is finding those other services that you can integrate and build that, that story with AWS. So that way you can kind of strengthen the pieces that don't overlap with AWS and work together in those areas with the AWS teams.
Yeah, it's really smart. Like, remember, the one thing I'll say about AWS on that front is we we only want what is best for the customers, right? And so what is best for the customers is not to take business away from an existing provider and something. Now we may end up offering that same service, but we inform the provider, right, so that they know it's coming and they can maybe build something else, right, that will continue to delight the customer. So definitely having a strong alliance, with your account manager and everyone else within the AWS team to stay ahead of it is really important. Let's see. Brian Bergholm wants to know, what are some tactics you've used to optimize discovery of your listings?
So we've participated in some of the AWS Marketplace marketing programs where we've, kind of driven traffic to our listings. We're also starting to explore with the AWS team how we can further optimize this. I know we've looked at, optimizing the keywords. I think customer reviews are important. Gaining more customer reviews helps kind of bump your listing. So that's something that we're working on continually. And so looking for ways to work with AWS to improve that.
Yeah, we a couple years ago we built an integration with G2 to bring in some external reviews. But you called out a really important point, which is we still have the ability to create direct reviews on your product listing within the marketplace, and those are the ones that have a bigger effect on like filtering and where you return in the search results. So definitely, it's a really good advice. Spend some time building out some good direct reviews. If you've got a good customer who really, values your product and especially valued the ease of deploying out of the marketplace, get them to write you a review, right? Because that will help with those search return results. Let's see, we've got one from Ryan Kehoe. And apologies to anyone if I get your name wrong. But he wants to know, how important is it for cloud service providers to standardize processes to ease multi-cloud adoption? Oh, this is a good one for you. Probably better for you than for me. Although I'll take a stab at it if you want, but would love for your thoughts on that one.
Yeah, Mark, maybe you try that one first.
Uh-oh, my dogs are barking. I hope they can't hear that. Um, well, like my opinion on this, I think that it's important to be able to, so being at AWS, uh, our job is to make sure that it is as easy as possible for Brittany, for you, and for anyone who's paying attention to this to do whatever you need to do with AWS. We don't care as much about what you need to do with the other cloud providers, quite frankly, and it's probably fairly obvious. But if you have a multi-cloud strategy, then I think there is no better service provider than someone like Tackle, right? Who can build that type of relationship with them and make it as easy as possible across, every cloud provider, so that you are as successful as you can be. It's our job, at AWS, to make sure that we are providing enough services, features, and a strong experience for you, a positive co-sell program, hopefully through the marketplace, right? Where we're bringing enough business that it justifies continued business on AWS. But we recognize that there's going to be times when you're working on other clouds, or you have customers who are running workloads on other clouds, and you want to sell to them too. So, this is something that, when Tackle first told us they were going to build a multi-cloud strategy a few years ago, we're like, yeah, it makes sense. I think you should do that, and you should do it really, really well, because it's only going to make you stronger with customers. Let's see. Oh, Paul Liao. Oh, there's an old friend. Piggyback on Brian's question, but for Mark, any plans to have traffic analysis to help with discovery? Uh that's a very loaded question, Paul, and I know why you're asking it. Um, so we have spent the better part of the 8 years that I've been here trying to get better and better at, I'd use the word telemetry around our web traffic, right? There's uh, there's some data that we can share about just organic web traffic within the marketplace, and then some data that we can't share. But where we spent a lot of time and a lot of effort is trying to build better telemetry around specific marketing campaigns, right? I think one thing we've learned in the AWS marketplace over the years is you can't just put a product on there and expect the floodgates to open up and the customers to come running. As Brittany described beautifully throughout this conversation, you really need to work at it, right? There's the co-sell stuff, right, which is really, really important, and make sure all that private offer training, your sales team is comped right, and you understand how to get in touch with the AWS field rep. All that is critical. But and in fact, I would do that first if I were you, right? Have all that motion down, because you want to be able to respond quickly, especially if a big customer comes along and says, hey, we really like you, but we want to buy you through the marketplace. Once you've got all that down, and that piece is running smoothly, that's when it's really time to look at building a strong go to market motion and think about how you're going to drive more traffic. It could be directed to your listing, it could be to your own page where you're describing your own services, probably a little bit better than the marketplace is. But then what we can do at that point is we can uh, capture where those leads are coming from. We can put it into some increasingly effective reports that our team has been building for the last few years, and feed that back to you so that you know which campaigns are running the best. I don't know, Paul, if that answers your question, but it's definitely something we're spending a lot of time on. Anything you'd add to that, Brittany?
No, I think you covered it really well, Mark.
Well, I see that Jillian has come back onto the screen. I'm guessing that means we're
Yeah.
probably about at time. Is that right, Jillian?
We are, yeah, we are. If there are any other final thoughts or final words?
Let's see if we can get one more in. Any new plans, investments going on into the development of the marketplace? Oh, Michael Musselman, that is a very loaded question, and I don't know that we have time for it. But yes, we do. Um, there are some things obviously I cannot share, but we are consistently working to, build out more and more robust APIs to sort of automate the experience in terms of things like listing your products, updating your products, getting some of those data feeds out of the marketplace. Tackle is really, really far down the road with that. But if you want to, integrate directly with our data feeds, you can. We're even hopefully going to be making it a little bit easier to try out our SaaS products, with the long requested SaaS free trials. That is coming very soon. I'm not going to give an exact date, but I'm going to tell you it's happening really soon, I hope. Happy to go into that more, with anyone. Just I am at harpster@amazon.com. I will answer whatever questions I can, but I want to be respectful of the time.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for your great questions. And Mark and Brittany, thank you so much for your time today. I'd like to thank everybody for attending our very first cloud go-to-market experience. Mark and Brittany and all of our presenters today, I mean, you helped really make it a huge success. So thank you so much for your partnership and for being great customers to Tackle. We really love you guys. So at this time, I'd like to invite everyone to join us on the main stage for a closing ceremony. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.